Thank you, Alex. Welcome, everyone. And it's a first-timer. They're off, and away they go for this Virgin Bet Novices hurdle. And Getaway Drumlee in the light sleeves, far side and the noseband Illico Dolavate. Between them then is Blue Ridge Hill. Held up on the outside, Chasing Fire. Just inside him is Dr. Hegarty and Odin's Quest. Little Keen on the far side, jumping the first. Getaway Drumlee got that all wrong. And Illico Dolavate was better on the far side. Then Chasing Fire as they race uphill towards the second flight. The front pair a few yards apart here. Illico Dolavate on the far side of Getaway Drumlee, followed by Chasing Fire, Dr. Hegarty, Odin's Quest on the inside, and the hurdling newcomer Blue Ridge Hill at the rear of the field now. So up the hill, passing the stands with a circuit to go, and Illico Dolavate and Harry Cobden on the far side of Keelan Woods on Getaway Drumlee, and the favourite close-up Chasing Fire on the outside under Aidan Coleman, defending an unbeaten record, which includes a victory in a point-to-point, a bumper and 2 novice hurdles at Market Raisin. Very handsome horse, Chasing Fire. Dr. Hegarty on the inside. Right out the round the inside rail is Odin's Quest, and then Blue Ridge Hill. On the descent now towards the right-hand turn, which will spin them into the back straight. And Illico Dolavate just got a little warm before the race. Has a fraction advantage over Getaway Drumlee. Chasing Fire on the outside of Dr. Hegarty, Odin's Quest and Blue Ridge Hill. There are 4 flights to jump down the back straight. Moving towards the first of these, and Illico Dolavate just stretching on, going towards this one from Getaway Drumlee. Ears flicking, Illico Dolavate over in front, jumped it well. A slow jump from Blue Ridge Hill at the back. On towards the second in the back straight, Illico Dolavate. Chasing Fire just nosing into second on the outside there of Dr. Hegarty. And then Getaway Drumlee just losing his pitch with Odin's Quest on his inside and Blue Ridge Hill. On towards the next. And over this one, Illico Dolavate leading there. Chasing Fire moving up on the outside under Aidan Coleman. Odin's Quest and Dr. Hegarty right there. Dr. Hegarty running between the front pair. They cross the chase course towards the final flight in the back straight. This is 3 out. Illico Dolavate, Dr. Hegarty just wavering for a stride or 2 going into that flight, drops back to 3rd, and now it's the front 2 in the betting that go on, with Illico Dolavate on the inside of Chasing Fire. Dr. Hegarty, Odin's Quest, still quite close up. Blue Ridge Hill and Getaway Drumlee has dropped right away. So swinging right-handed now on the run back towards home. And the long home straight uphill all the way ahead of them. And it's Illico Dolavate from Chasing Fire in second. Odin's Quest third. Dr. Hegarty and Blue Ridge Hill as they swing now towards the second last. Still a long way off it. And both these front 2 going well enough at the moment. Illico Dolavate, Chasing Fire, who's conceding £4 to Illico Dolavate. Odin's Quest is between them. Then behind them, Blue Ridge Hill, and Dr. Hegarty has fallen away, racing down towards the second last. Harry Cobden just begins to push away on Illico Dolavate. Chasing Fire maybe landing just ahead there. They go on together inside the final quarter mile, and now Aidan Coleman gets to work, but what a nice response from Chasing Fire, and Chasing Fire picking up well to go on from Illico Dolavate at the final flight. Chasing Fire a little to the right, gave it plenty of air. Illico Dolavate trying to rally in second place. Chasing Fire by 3-4 lengths racing up the hill, and Chasing Fire will remain unbeaten here. This lovely horse, Aidan Coleman, just pushing him out to the line, and Chasing Fire wins again from Illico Dolavate in second. Back in third, Blue Ridge Hill running on, then Odin's Quest and Dr. Hegarty and Getaway Drumlee. Pretty sure, yes, he was pulled up before the home turn.
In many congratulations. In terms of what he did today, how did that meet your expectations?
Yeah, as I said when I got off him to Ollie, I said we didn't learn anything, to be honest. I was kind of expecting a performance like that. I knew I'd have to, I knew he'd win and come in here, and I know he's a short price favourite, but he was never going to win 10 lengths on the bridle. It's not in his nature. He goes around everywhere asleep. He's a Christian to do anything with, and it's just you always have to keep asking him, and he'll just keep pulling it out. And and it's just in his nature to kind of to just be a little bit behind the bridle, which is one of his many good characteristics.
It's great when you see a young hurdler, any hurdler really, who actually makes ground in the air. He's fast over his hurdles, isn't he?
Yeah, he's very fast. Look, you could do whatever you want in this horse. You know what I mean? His sectionals when he won a bumper at Wetherby were very fast. I think his sire is very good, Maxios. I think he puts a bit of speed into him, even though he goes around like he wants 8 miles, and then anytime you kick the leg on him or give him a squeeze, he really comes to life underneath you. And as you said, jumping, but you could put a cross pole or a vertical in front of him, and he jumped that the same. You know, he's a third professional, and really like him.
It happened very briefly at Market Racing. I would say for maybe 3 or 4 strides. Again here today, with just a longer rein, looks like he's going to get outpaced, and then he's right back on it. Describe that, kind of those moments to us.
Yeah, like if you know the horse, Sean rode him at Market Racing. I think that was Boxing Day. I think it was at Kempton. So I didn't actually send the Sean beforehand. I was just in to see what he'd say afterwards. But he actually gives you nothing throughout the race unless you ask him. And then when you ask him, he does wake up for those few strides, and then he falls back asleep again. But like there's always something under the bonnet, and it's not that he's lazy or anything like that. He's just a very relaxed individual, and it's kind of how you want them, you know.
He hits the line hard. He's got a flat pedigree. Is he like a strong, flatter? Yeah. Is he a strong 2-miler rather than giving you the lure of distances in time?
He's very much a 2-miler, I think. Definitely for now. I can't see any what I've seen at home or here why he would need to go up and trip at any stage. Maybe ever. I don't know. He's only a young horse. You never know these days. But that's one thing we don't need to experiment with for a while anyway.
And in terms of the ground, I just got the impression, maybe watching him today, that this, you know, good to soft but on the slow side and maybe a little bit sticky after the frost wasn't absolutely ideal. Is that fair?
No, but it's that kind of ground, Sandown, tacky ground. It's not ideal for any horse. So it's the same for every horse in the race and every horse coming through for the rest of the day. It's just holding. It's been drying out everywhere during the week. You know, like it was. Wincanton and a few other places, and they're a lot shallower. Although they're tacky, there's very much a base to them. It's a few inches, whereas Sandown is notoriously hard work in the winter because it's the flat track, isn't it? It's quite hard work. Yeah.
And he's probably run to a fair level today in terms of giving away weight to a decent horse. Martin Dixon suspects it'll be, you know, high 130s or thereabouts. We'll see on another day. He has the Supreme entry. Is he ready for that kind of competition sometime soon?
Well, he needs to now. He's won his 3 novice hurdles, so like he has to go up at some stage. There's Supreme, there's Entry, there's Punchestown. I think one of his next runs it has to be in one of them races. I was saying to Ollie, what we decide to do is another thing, but that's where he needs to go next against those kind of horses. And I think he's ready.
I know Jordan, who was leading him up today, Camilla, who rides him at home, they absolutely love him, same as Martin Dixon.
Yes, exactly. But if you know the horse, he's a very likeable animal anyway, and like I said, hopefully he's good.
That's you done. Watch the rugby now?
Yeah, home to Ross Rugby, yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Subscribe to Racing TV's YouTube channel now to watch more great races like this.